Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with the M.
And T.
Today is going to be kind of a little different than all the other previous ones. We're just going to have a general conversation about certain things that we feel a certain way about. We have just looked at Will Smith's response to the slap. So we're going to give you our opinion of it. So,
We're caught up, in other words,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. So, how long was that video?
About 6 minutes.
That was about a 6 minute apology. I saw a very vulnerable man in that. I was shocked to see. I mean, I actually expected him to cry, and I don't know. I was going to be offended then if he cried. I don't. That was just me. But no, I just saw a man apologizing for his behavior, and I kind of felt like he stood in his truth there. He did mention that he does have a need to please people, which I can definitely see. Him being a people pleaser, probably kind of throughout his whole life. And so to kind of go against the grain, and then you kind of you messed it up all the way. Because most of the times when people go against the grain, whatever, I keep it moving.
Yes.
It's normally not like some irreparable thing that everybody had to witness, and it's like, oh my goodness.
I can't believe he did
Yeah,
this.
yeah. I don't know. I can't throw them away. I don't cancel, just because of
A mistake.
being human.
Yes.
Because I'm human too. I'm gonna mess up.
We all are.
So yeah, and I haven't accomplished or even attempted to accomplish even half as much as Will Smith has. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't cancel him.
Yeah, I can't either. I guess my issue with it was it took so long.
It did take a long time, but I think he did mention that he tried to reach out to him several times, which he declined and said he'll get back to him when he's ready, which is fair.
Yes.
Which is fair. I wouldn't press the issue too hard either,
No.
because I would assume someone needs some time to get over that as well.
Yeah, because I call it the ripple effect. You threw a rock in the water, and the rock hit the water. That's the initial effect. And now you're talking about kids, his family, other people that's affected by it.
Yeah.
Because the slap it hit Chris,
Yes.
but you slapped everyone else. You slapped your kids. You
Yeah.
slapped his kids. You slapped his mother. You slapped. That's when you disrespected everyone, and you disrespected yourself, because you allow someone to control your emotions. You allow something to control your emotions, and that's part of being human.
Yes.
So it's easy to write them off in the beginning, like, I can't believe what the hell you're going through, but we're all human, so we all make mistakes. Timing wise, I think it should have happened a little sooner. I mean,
Are you saying that he should have came to this platform and given this apology sooner on this platform if Chris Rock is denying it?
exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Because at that point, the longer time goes by, the more people say, "Well, you ain't trying to really deal with it." Not that it shouldn't matter to us. It's him and Chris, but
it did happen publicly.
it did.
Yeah.
If
So you
slap
had to
behind closed
correct
doors,
it.
then that's one thing. But
Yes.
you slapped him in front of millions and millions of people.
Yeah, you kind of got to correct it in front of us.
You have to.
Absolutely.
And that kind of goes back to just ordinary people like us. Understand we're human. Understand that you have to think a second before you react. We are now in a world that reacts and then think. We don't think and then react. And so what happens is a lot of things, situations that you could avoid it, if you had just taken that second.
Absolutely.
And said, oh, you know what? I'm not going to slap him, because if I slap or hit, it's going to cause some
It
other
allows
things.
you to use a certain bit of judgment. That
Exactly.
yeah, sort of
And
like
that's
driving a car.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
give yourself more time to react. You can react with better judgment and control the car better, right?
Exactly.
Avoid the accident,
You
in
can't
other
be
words.
on somebody's ass driving and all of a sudden hit the
Mhm.
brake, you run into him. I can't believe hit
Mhm.
the brake. Well, first of
No,
all,
I
why were
can.
you like a second behind them before
You
they hit
don't
the
have
brake?
no time to react.
Exactly. So you have to be a
Absolutely.
defensive driver. You have to think moves. You have to play chess, not checkers.
Uh-huh. A few
And
moves ahead.
you have to.
Not one.
No.
Not sitting right up in front on somebody's tail.
No.
Yeah, a few moves ahead all the time.
And the saddest thing is because he's in that position that a lot of us aren't in and could even imagine. It's the ripple effect down the road because he's lost money, he's lost relationships, he's lost people. Their view of him changes,
Yeah.
and that's unfortunate.
Uh-huh. But I think more than that, we talk about kind of being prepared and thinking about what we're doing, right? But
Mm-hmm.
he was in a situation that he's very familiar with,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you would assume he's prepared for anything in these situations, right?
Yes.
Because they tend to joke
Mm-hmm.
as the hosts do their thing, especially if you have a comedian as a host.
Exactly.
He still lost his cool in what we would call a regular situation.
Mm-hmm.
What does that say to the normal people? We
Mm.
tend to lose our cool in the workplace. Do you want to be canceled at work? You normally just get a little write up or get
Yes.
told to calm down, sit down. Nobody cancels you out at work, though,
No.
right? If
No.
you make a fool at the holiday party,
That's true.
some people do kind of act up at the holiday party, but you show up and you still have your job the next day, for the most
Yes,
part.
for the most part, until unless something happens, like you can't
Don't
be.
do too much.
No, don't be hollering at the boss's
Um,
wife or the boss's husband.
yeah,
Because you're a little tipsy because you can't handle
yes.
your drink.
But for the most part, if you mess up in your work atmosphere,
Hmm.
um, you don't want to be canceled
No, no,
because that's your livelihood at stake.
and that is very true. And I think as a society now, we've gotten away from that. I
Yes.
mean, every time someone does something 10 years ago, it has to come back.
Uh
Well,
huh.
would you want to be viewed from something you did as a kid or
Right.
15, 16, 20 years old and you
Right.
50 now and you're like, that's something I did 30 years ago. I was a different
Everybody
person
wants
back
you to
then.
grow,
You should grow,
but they want you to be pristine throughout the growth.
and that's impossible.
It doesn't even make sense.
No,
How do
no.
you stay so clean and you're growing?
Growth
Mhm.
is uncomfortable. We've said that in so many of the
Yes.
podcasts. And a lot of people kind of think it's going to be easy, kind of think that, I can, you know, handle it.
Mhm.
Well, a lot of things happen that just happens.
Mhm.
If someone says something to you or call you out your name, there's a reaction that's going to happen.
Mhm.
And depending on how, where you are in the
How you
situation,
handle that situation.
exactly,
Yeah.
you know,
So this is a moment that's truly defining
yes,
Will Smith in this situation,
yes,
right? Because it's not till you're truly challenged where you get to truly show your character here. Because for
mm-hmm,
most of us, we kind of thought that this whole acting and career thing came very easy and natural to, this whole Will Smith character.
mm-hmm,
Because from what we all see at home, the person we see is almost like you got to believe that that's truly who he is. And
exactly,
then so for us to see this truly is a human side of him that none of us even, for whatever reason, we know we have it in us, but
yeah.
we couldn't possibly think that Will Smith,
Not Will.
he
Not the
has it in
Fresh
him.
Prince? No, can't be. The guy, the A-lister, the guy who makes 25, 30, $40 million dollars a movie. He can't make
The
mistakes.
guy who has young children, the guy who is impressionable with what was it, the teen Nick years ago,
Yes, it's clean
um,
rapper. He was
the
a rapper
clean
that did never
rapper,
even curse on his
yeah,
songs.
from day one,
Yes,
you know, yeah,
but he's human.
it is.
Like we're all human. And we all have to literally step back and take a moment and realize we can't react to everything.
Mhm.
We have to be cognizant of what we do.
Yeah.
We have to be aware of what we do.
We have to slow down.
We have to. This world gives the impression that you are so busy, things move so fast that you just have to react to keep it moving.
Absolutely.
Reality
but
is
you
not
don't.
that. No, that's how you want to make your life, and that's why people. Oh, I'm so busy, but you ain't that busy.
You're never that busy.
Never that busy. Not. It kind of goes back to just respecting people in general. It's like when I go out to eat and I see people disrespect the waiter.
Right.
They chew them out, say anything to them, and I'm going, they messed up with their tip because whatever, blah 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 blah. And my thing is, they're human. They're trying their best, and then maybe the kitchen messing them up.
Right, or maybe they have too many tables.
Could be.
I went out over the weekend, and the waitress had, it was poor service. I'm gonna be honest. And we're sitting at the table, and I'm like, I'm not a fan of poor service, but who is, right?
No, nobody is.
And I've been to this restaurant several times. And this woman normally doesn't have poor service. I do know that. So I just let me look around, and she just is. Is she working the whole store, the whole restaurant? Like, why she have some?
Wow.
And like you said, you don't really want to mess with, how people earn a living. But I had to quickly gather myself and get out of there, but respectfully, right? Because you just kind of respect the situation for what it is. And treat people properly.
Treat people respect people. Just respect them. I mean,
because that defines who you are.
Exactly. I don't want to be an asshole. Nobody should go out there and say I want to be an asshole and treat somebody bad. You shouldn't have that mindset that I'm on whatever.
Like that's okay.
Yeah, it's cool to treat somebody like that. But if it was reversed, you wouldn't want that treatment.
No.
You wouldn't nobody treat you
No, ain't
that
nobody
way.
talking to you like that at work.
Exactly.
Yeah, ain't nobody talking to me like that.
Somebody gonna get slapped up.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna get cussed out because I'm not gonna go for it.
You in the back talking to the manager about how people not talking to you like that.
Yes. So we have to really step back from ourselves and really think about what we're doing every day when we, road rage. I've been on the road many a time when there's people just blowing the horns on people, just cutting people off. And I could very easily put the horn on them and, cut me off or don't signal and turn. How many times that happened when people just cutting your lane on you signal? And I'm like, I could put the horn on. I can do a whole lot of things. But
why? Yeah, let them carry on.
Because they could
but
have a gun.
More than they're crazy or they could have a gun, they could be having just a bad day.
Yes.
Or maybe it was an accident. Or maybe their blinker was out.
Yes.
And they didn't even have a blinker to get over.
Didn't know.
And didn't know. Maybe they thought they had a blinker and it was that day that it went out. And then I'm sitting here honking my horn, getting the next person riled up why I need to help move their spirit in a negative direction. Like, what is that? No, I'm as cool as a cucumber.
I have to be, because that is actually a control thing. Because if you allow situations to control your emotions, that means you can't control your emotions.
Yep.
And people allow that to happen all the time. You see stuff on YouTube and IG, people fist fighting and cussing people out in the stores, thinking, how the hell you get into an argument going and buying some groceries?
Huh.
You see
what about the ones that people jump behind the counters? Or they're fighting the people at the Popeyes or at the McDonald's?
Jumping in the window.
You're like, how did you get into a brawl
at Popeyes
with the workers at the Popeyes?
Again,
like,
is your life, and that's really a life thing. At what point in your life did your life hit rock goddamn bottom that you hopped through the Popeyes window, choking the shit out the lady who just collected your money?
Yes.
And you don't think somehow that oh my God, what did I do? Well, what you just did was cause yourself a lot of money because you're gonna first of all go to jail.
At least you should. You should.
You should go.
You should.
And then you have to pay some money because you put your hands on somebody for whatever reason.
For no reason. Yeah. Because there is no reason why you should be assaulting somebody while there. First of all, if you didn't know, okay, I don't care if you sign up for the job at any fast food place, right? Nobody wants to be there.
No.
Okay.
No.
So I certainly don't want to be there and get into a fight.
No.
Right?
No.
Because I didn't even want to come here today.
Yeah, and they
And I
don't get
don't
choked
care.
out.
Yeah, I don't care like how nice my boss is or, how good the paycheck is at the end of the week. When I wake up in the morning, nobody says, "Oh, I can't wait to go to work today."
No, never happens.
And especially like, come on. And then you're coming here to fight me? No.
Yeah, exactly. And think about
No,
those
it doesn't
jobs.
even make sense.
Those service jobs are the most thankless jobs that you can
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks about. You don't think about the cleaning until your table's dirty.
Mhm.
You don't think about the food until the food doesn't taste right.
Mhm.
But as long as it's fine, you don't say, "Hey, thank you. That chicken was
Yep.
good," or "That was good."
And those types of restaurants also, there's a major disconnect with the community and the restaurant. So
Mm-hmm.
it does kind of create that environment, but
Mm-hmm.
still, where's the human side of you where you kind of know what it's a fast food joint, right? They're
Exactly.
service workers. They come from our community. And you said, I'm having a bad day. You messed up my order. Then you sassed me. Yeah, I sassed you because like 10 people before you came in here treated me like trash. My
Yep.
feet hurt. I bought these brand new shoes so I wouldn't slip,
Yep.
but I keep sliding all over the place.
My back
And
hurt.
my back hurts. Yeah. The kids keep texting my phone and I can barely check that.
Yep.
Like they're going through
Yes.
it and you're talking about I sashed you because, the sauce cost 75 cents extra.
And they get mad about that. What? 75
Yeah.
cents for sauce.
I'm like, yeah. And you're like, did you yeah me like that? And like,
Who your
yeah, I
boss?
did.
I got to talk to your boss. So now you done started a chain of events that's not going to bode well for anybody.
And then they mad because you the boss. They're like, oh, I am the boss. How are you the boss? Like,
see,
I was trying to figure that out too.
and that just causes that angst, that stress that nobody needs. Because you look around this world, every day is stress. I can't even turn the goddamn TV on without somebody getting bombed. There's a flood somewhere. There's a damn forest fire somewhere. There's monkeypox, dog pox, shit that you never even imagined years ago. It's just like, what the hell?
No, we did not imagine monkeypox though. I mean,
Damn.
what?
Where'd it
Yeah,
come from?
I don't know. That came out of nowhere.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
Not you went from a virus
Uh-huh.
to some goddamn monkeypox. I'm thinking,
Uh-huh.
what the hell? What we mess with monkeys for? What the hell?
I don't. Did it come from monkeys?
I'm still-
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Where did the name come from?
I don't know.
Whew.
But to me, it looks like chicken pox. So did chicken pox come from a chicken?
Listen.
I'm just saying.
Huh?
Let me say,
Monkeypox, chickenpox. What was it? Cowpox. All types
mad
of
cow
stuff.
disease and some other.
Yeah, I don't. It makes. You see, I'm getting uncomfortable thinking about
Yeah,
it.
it's some crazy shit. It's just crazy. It's like every time you turn around, it's almost like this world now is trying to set everyone to be in a fearful mindset.
Absolutely.
You wake up every goddamn morning. You turn on the TV. You go see what the news. You go see what the weather is. The weather now, it's August, so it's hot as hell.
Yeah.
It's either hell hot or Hades hot, which is double hell hot.
Yeah.
Or devil hot, which is triple hell hot.
Or one random day is cold.
One
it's
random.
Maryland.
One.
Like
one,
what?
One
the
random day.
world it was 97 all week. And today it's like 60. Wow. Okay. Sure.
Exactly.
Sure. We'll get one random. Like, okay.
And
Okay.
So now so before you leave the house, you're already pissed off.
Yeah.
You're already fearful. You pissed off. Like, oh Lord, I hope I'll bump into somebody because then contact. So that means I can't touch nobody. I'm gonna end up with some damn
Monkeypox or another strain of corona or their allergies or like you don't want to like something. We have a major fear factor or you just gonna go broke. You're afraid of going out of the house because you don't know if you're going to go broke when you get out.
Exactly. That's true. You got the gas prices at all-time goddamn high, and they got the nerve, we went down 30 cents. Listen, it's $6 a gallon. If
The
it goes
kids
down to,
keep wanting to eat out, and the gas prices are through the roof. And
yes.
You're looking.
Oh, yeah, don't mention buying the food. The big bag of wings that used to cost you, you get a whole bag to the tip top. It used to cost you $12.
Okay.
Now you get that same bag, which is half a bag now for $30.
Oh.
And they keep telling, and the wings are smaller.
Yeah.
So you're like,
so,
wait a minute.
So Okay, so Cat Williams said something about the wing shortage and that inflating.
Hmm.
Like, how do you have a wing shortage? And not you ain't got no chick. It's not a chicken shortage. It's just those, like, we
Yeah,
just like them too much, and so they're like, let's just charge more for them right now, so y'all don't buy too many of them.
you know what? We live in a capitalist society. So basically, if they can see a way of making extra money on anything, they're gonna make it harder for you and more expensive for you to buy.
Yeah. So
So
we justified it by saying it's a shortage.
exactly, because I
Okay.
never
Yeah.
seen Buffalo Wild Wings say, you know what? Don't come in today. We ain't got no wings today.
Yeah, we're short on the wings because the shortage means that people are running out.
Yes,
Not like we're gonna raise the price so that you slow down on eating them.
people gonna
It's
start
a
eating no chicken
chicken.
wings. They're gonna
Like
love
so
chicken
what
wings.
so what are where are all the extra legs and thighs going?
Now there is now. Here's the other
Is
thing
there a
about
leg
this.
and thigh shop?
I,
Help
I,
it
I
out
don't I
with the
don't think so.
distribution of the legs
I,
and the thighs.
I hope not. I hope it's all one chicken together. But the bigger issue is now we're a global society. Years ago, 50, 60 years ago, the U.S. used to be the capital of all everything. So we would have everything and then we ship it to everybody. But now what has happened is two of the biggest economies in the world are now competing against us.
Uh,
That's China and
uh,
India. Because now Chinese now have a middle class.
mhm.
And their middle class is probably the whole country, the whole US of A. We have 340
Oh, because of our
million.
population
Oh, yeah, we got 2
difference.
billion people over there.
Yeah, the population difference is insane.
Huge.
Yeah.
And in India, they have 1 billion people.
Oh, the population difference is sort of the same issue,
Hmm.
right? Yeah,
So now
it's
you,
so many more people
bingo.
compared to, and when you look at it on the map, you just can't quite justify that like with the naked eye because America looks like so much larger or
Hmm.
like the same size as China.
Hmm.
And how is the population so much different?
And the U.S. is only 3% of the world population.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah,
3%. We keep telling everybody, oh, we're the largest, we're the biggest, we all this. Well, you're only 3%. So there's
not much at
97%
all.
of other people. Yes.
Yeah, what-
So you compete against 97 other people who now have middle class. They want TVs. They want
yes,
chicken wings. They want
yes,
chicken legs. That's what we
yes.
want. We
First of
hungry.
all, yeah, because they were eating the craziest stuff ever.
Yeah,
So they're like, when
I
they
want that.
upgrade,
Because here, we love our cats and dogs. We love them. We
yes,
feed them. We get
yes.
vet. We pay them.
We're
Take them to
very
the vet.
specific about the things that we eat.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Overseas, man, they got cats in the bag, dogs in the bag.
One of the people on one show, the guy said, Americans eat capitalism.
Yes.
You eat what your country allows.
Yes, it's true. It is
It
so
was the
true.
most true statement I ever heard about the foods that we consume because you always wondered, why do we eat so much chicken? Like, why are we only eating like certain things? And you look up in other countries, eat like squid as a regular item in the household. You wouldn't
Yes.
necessarily go to market, pick up some fresh octopus legs or some, squid tentacles and bring that home and prepare that,
We
for
don't do that.
dinner. We're not doing that.
No, we ain't eating
No.
that. People ain't eating that shit. You be getting my chicken wings. I ain't no damn squid. Squid what? No, hell no. I ain't that shit. That's for them. That's for them. But
That's for the other folk.
that's for other folk.
Yeah.
But yet we have Doritos here and Skittles here that don't even sell overseas. In fact, I read an article that said from a doctor that said the Skittles here isn't fit for human consumption.
Mm.
The Skittles and the Doritos, because and the packaging is different. If you look
Uh-huh.
at something from overseas or something from here, if you look at the ingredients, it's different.
I think it's the same for cereals
Yes,
and the same for eggs,
eggs and
bread.
and bread. So what is it? But you know why our food is so different? Because it has to last longer. Because overseas they cook based on the day. Here we cook based on longevity, and what happens to us? We keep eating that bullshit, and then our health suffers. So now
Yeah.
we end up with all kinds of goddamn diseases,
All types of ailments.
all types
Yeah.
of ailments. Women suffer from all kinds of ailments. Men suffer from all kinds of stuff. And then you take the drugs, which is so damn expensive, you can't even afford to get it.
Well, the drugs are just like the foods,
Mm-hmm.
processed for longevity.
Mm-hmm.
So they're also played with and manufactured and, kind of picked
Yes,
over until they just kind of do what capitalism wants them to do at their finest.
exactly. Because
Hmm.
think about it. When you go into a low income neighborhood, you don't see a Whole Foods.
No.
You don't see farmers market. You don't
Mm-mm.
see any of that. And to me, you basically feeding on. It costs you to be poor in this country. It costs you. It costs
Yeah.
a lot of money to be poor.
Yeah.
You just other countries when they're poor, they're poor.
They're poor, poor.
They're poor, poor.
Yeah.
Just came back from Puerto Rico, and the houses, the people, which tells you our mindset, which goes back to being angry all the time, and those people don't have the wealth that the United States have, but the joy, the spirit that those people have is give me that. Give me that spirit. You could the
Yeah.
house got little tin roofs on it.
Yeah.
You look at it and say, oh my God, that's a chicken coop.
I mean, but you think about it, you don't need what you don't have,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
If I don't know all of the things that you speak of, if I don't know the way that you live, if I'm not familiar with the air conditioning,
Mm-hmm.
who needs it then?
Exactly.
Technically, you only need your mom, your siblings, and people who kind of love on you, good food, good
Yes.
fun, um, a toy or two.
A toy or
And,
two.
that's good living. So we can understand the simple life, in other words.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you like, oh my God, why can't the US be like this? Why
Yeah,
can't it
we've
just
gotten
settle?
so far
Oh my God.
away
We are willing to do anything to get that dollar.
because we have to. It's almost
Hmm.
like you can't even be homeless inside of the United States.
No, you
There
can't.
is nowhere, like, the streets are owned by the states.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, every piece of land here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Technically, it, somebody's patrolling it, somebody's owning it, someone's claiming it. You
Mm-hmm.
can't really set up shop and have a little, bungalow or a little yurt or something randomly set up in
Yes.
the state park and
Yes.
claim to be homeless. You technically can't be just homeless.
No.
Can't have a tent in DC
Nope.
anymore. They can't move the
Yes.
tent.
Somebody just passed a law and they said you cannot be homeless or you're gonna get arrested.
I mean,
I think it was in California or somewhere. It
is
was
the problem's gotten so bad? Like, first of all, where the homeless people going? So then they
where they're
just
gonna
go
go.
literally on the sidewalks.
And then you get mad because they're on the sidewalk, but there's no place for them to go because
Yeah.
they don't have enough houses to house them, which is also crazy because again we live in quote the richest country in the world, but we have more homeless people than
Yeah,
anybody
because the
else.
people aren't affording the homes that they want them to afford. So they're like, well, let's just let that neighborhood go to crap, right? And we'll
Mm-hmm.
rebuild a nicer, fancier neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And, the people who can afford it.
Eh,
And the people who can't, that's not our problem because we can't afford to make that our problem. It
no,
doesn't pay.
no, it does
It
not
doesn't
pay.
pay.
Mm-mm. I'd rather just house the poor someplace, know that that's where they are, and they'll fend for
Yeah.
themselves, and they'll keep eating lousy food, and their health will go to shit,
They'll do whatever
and
it is that
whatever.
they want to do, and we'll claim it's free will and say that that's what they chose to do. And,
Eh,
other than that, I'm only going to deal with a certain type of people. People
yes,
who can afford, what I'm offering.
there you go.
And that's normally how the housing communities go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially as an investor.
Yes, yeah,
You keep looking for ways to make more money, right?
more
It
money.
doesn't really matter. You, not to say they don't give back, but the give back is never something that you really care about. You're not into philanthropy. You're
No,
into investing.
yes,
And so your whole idea and notion is to just go forward and to make more than you made before.
yes. And
Yeah.
how much more is enough? I
There
guess the
is no
question.
enough.
40 years ago, the gap between a CEO and an average worker was probably about 20%, 20 times. Today,
Hmm.
it's 500 times.
That's wow. Okay.
And the amount of money that everyone makes, the quote-unquote wages, is still set 1970 wages. There's people who did better in 1970 than they are right now.
That was apparently the decade where like pay made sense against housing and the price of living.
And right now you can't. People, which is so crazy. Your wages aren't going up.
No.
Houses to the roof, food's through the roof, and you wonder why people are struggling.
Well, technically wages are going up, right? So we have that minimum wage shift happening right now.
And why is the federal wage still only $7.25?
Oh, I don't know.
And that's been that way for years. Now, and I'm thinking like, okay.
So the state mandate.
The states are mandating it, but the Fed, the business, they're gonna go out of business. That's a lie. That's a goddamn lie, because businesses don't go out of business because they're paying their people more. They go out of business because piss poor ass management.
Okay.
And piss poor management causes anything to go under.
Yeah.
And you're forgetting the element. It's like the COVID showed everyone businesses don't give a shit about you, for the most part.
Well, businesses can't give a shit about you.
No, they can't.
That's not the nature of business.
Nope. It sure isn't. But people fail to realize that, like, I can't believe this here, we're valuable and we're this and that. No.
Yeah, you kind of they need you, but also there's a human side of you. Right? So technically, just keep it 100, is everybody's a number.
Yes.
When it comes to business, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Even if it's your business, right? If you're working in that business, you too are just a number in that business. Technically, I should be able to add or remove you from the equation as well. If you're working within that business, why not?
True.
Because the whole idea is to create something that's going to keep on feeding and keep on going, a revolving door. Keep on getting that fuel out of that business, feeding people in to get something else out of it.
And that is the major change I've seen in the past decades. Is there used to be an illusion of at least the business kind of cared about you. They give you raises and bonuses.
That's them playing on the human side of you.
And they used to care. At least, you've been here for a year. Okay, we give you whatever.
Because they could afford to care.
They could afford to. But
I
now,
couldn't afford to. Yeah.
Now?
Now it's just, I have to make sure that the dollars make sense. And if that means that you need to be secure in your own saving situation long term, because the same long-term saving situation that was offered to your parents' generation is no longer present in order for this company to continue to go on and do what it needs to do for the investors. That as long as the investors are pleased, the workers are expendable.
And that's pretty much why the country is in the shape it's in right now. You have corporations running the country, actually, not company. The corporations are running the country because all these senators, they can't pass shit in Washington. No, they can't pass. They're right now, as we speak, they're trying to decide, listen to how fucked up this is. You have military people who were over in Iraq and Afghanistan who were burning. They had burn pits, open burn pits where they're burning trash and all that stuff over there.
Okay.
These people end up catching cancer. And there are right now in Capitol Hill trying to pass a bill to help the millions, I think it's 3.4 million I heard, vets who end up getting sick or dying from it. They're like, oh, well, we think it's some fat in that bill.
We think it's a what?
Some fat in that bill. We don't think it's all for the vets. We think it's some fat in the bill.
Because it probably is. But still,
damn,
how long is it going to take, in other words, to actually pass something to actually help the people who's actually in need of, or lost people or left behind people who are now in need of?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. Yeah. You got vets who put their lives on the line for the country that they keep saying, oh, we love the vets. To show up Memorial Day, Veterans Day, and 4th of July. Whatever, they pull some poor vet, and stand beside him and take a picture with him. But put his ass away until the next one comes.
Absolutely.
But you don't want to worry about his health or anything like that. He can keep down from breast cancer and all the other cancers out there. We want you to shut the hell up. Come over here. We won't mind giving you a photo, a nice little flag for you when you die. But since you're still living, you can't do so much.
We're just making short turns. Yeah, so again, these people become expendable.
And therein lies this fear, this stress. You have fear running rampant. You got fear from the vets. You got fear from the older people that work their asses off to put money into a system that they won't even see. You have young people who are going to college, getting fucking hundreds and thousands of dollars in debt, and they got the goddamn nerve to tell them, we're going to pay you $30,000 a year. When you already know those kids got paid $15,000, $16,000, $2,000 a month. You gave a kid that had no goddamn job $100 and some thousand loan. When he gets out, or he or she gets out, we can't pay you but $30. So now the kid's like, fuck, I can't do shit. I can't go nowhere.
It's two different. They saying we two different entities. What Sally Mae did with you has nothing to do with us. Okay, you should have came and talked to us sooner.
See what happens when...
you should have worked your way through college is what they say, because we only giving you 30, 40K. See, you ain't worth more than that with that 4-year degree, baby. They telling bullshit. You to your face. That's bullshit. They told you that to your face. They did more than told you to your face. They made you sit down and take a little pseudo course on it. Hey, sit down. Make sure you read this about your loans, because when we give them to you, we want to make sure you understand, truly understand what you're getting into.
People are damn. People retire still old student loans.
Absolutely.
How the hell is that goddamn possible?
Absolutely.
And they talking about, you're going to take my little check. Oh, hell yeah. You can't file bankruptcy. When you get that damn loan, oh, no. That shit follows you till you die.
Yeah. They said, no, they want their money because that's what you was living off.
And see, again, how unfair is that shit? So now you got a group of kids out there that got this beautiful damn degrees, and they come out there, the tassels are beautiful, the pictures are beautiful, but they be getting paid $30,000, $40,000 a year for a job.
Who are you mad at in this situation? Are you mad at the student for taking on this amount of debt and attending a school that cost them this amount of money? Are you mad at the loan officers for offering this amount or are you all mad at the jobs for saying that you're only worth this amount of money once you have put in this amount of work?
It's the jobs.
It's the jobs for you? So you're okay with the debt?
Well, to be honest, you're not going to tell me accounting costs $40,000 more now than it did when I went to school. Accounting is accounting is accounting. IT has changed because IT.
What you mean it costs more? You mean the schooling in general?
The school itself is going up. And in fact, that's a certain school.
Yeah, I have a problem with how much school costs. And then room and board.
Yep. And the damn school had been renovated since 1910.
And the food is what? Not prepared well?
No.
Cafeteria,
it's good when you first get there.
You know, give you about 4-6 weeks in.
Great.
Is it the same?
No.
Okay.
My son always said they fooled us. They fooled you. I knew that shit wasn't going to be. Yeah. Because why would they say, here's the slop you're going to eat when you come here? They're not going to do that. You can't do that. Because they're going to say, here's the bullshit you're going to eat when you get here. Because you're like, I ain't going to this raggedy motherfucker. I'm going somewhere else. Yeah. So, but when you get this, it's all beautiful. Everything is, laid out. The greens are green and everything looks wonderful.
Tomatoes extra bright.
Oh, bright as hell.
Chicken fried up, bright and nice.
The ice cream, the vanilla is white. It's just everything smells so good. And by the 4 weeks later, you're like, oh shit! All the paint has fallen off the wall. The food is what it is, and you're paying top dollar for that bullshit.
Yes.
So you were thinking in my head, I'm gonna eat this bullshit because when I get out of here, I should at least have a job. I'm gonna have to pay the loan back. Okay, cool. But can I get a job that I'm not working 3 jobs now to make ends meet? There's kids I know that work 2-3 jobs and still can't live on their own. Because you got that student loan. Because one thing about student loans, you only got 6 months. But after that 6 months is up, you're gonna see that nice little thing. You owe us this.
Yeah.
and it doesn't stop.
repayment
So the
options.
kids are fearful. Like I done got into this goddamn debt, and they change the rules on me. If I get this, you'll give you this. Oh no, we can't give you that no more because now companies are now looking at the bottom line. They're gonna try to maximize or minimize how much money you really make.
Well, yeah, because again, you're expendable.
And we have become a global society. Prime example. There was a time when if you needed, I'm going to say website design or graphic design or that type of stuff.
Top dollar.
Where you had to, you're going to pay top dollar for that shit.
It was demanded.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
They could demand
top
dollar.
Yep.
Website build out.
Oh, today you can still get top dollar, but now it's a little watered down because I got to just go on Fiverr.com and some dude overseas can do it for $5 or $10.
Real quick.
Yes, real quick.
And you name your price and they'll rise to the occasion.
Yes.
And that's outside of all your templates and quote unquote apps.
Yep.
Because there's always an app for that.
Exactly.
Right?
But being a global society now, it has basically made our labor costs really go down because if I'm a business, I'm thinking, I can ship this overseas. Well, that's why if you do government contracting, there's a clause in there. There's two type of laborers that you don't do. Convict labor, which is you don't put, and overseas labor. Because if somebody's in jail, I can pay him $15 for a year, and he's good. He'll get the job done, but I don't have to pay for overhead and fringe benefits and paid time off.
I'm avoiding lots
all of that. And as a business, I would look at that. And so when people talk about the people taking their jobs, ain't nobody taking your goddamn job. The companies are looking for people to do your work for less money. I had to say that because again, they keep blaming the Mexicans or the immigrants that come over here that's taking their jobs. The companies are looking for them because that saves them money.
Yeah, but what are you worth? Meaning, what do you have to offer? What is your skill?
Think about it.
Right? The most basic skills.
Basic. And what are they teaching in school in general? These kids are still learning the same shit that we learned in school. And things have changed. The world has changed. Here's a case in point. There's some bullshit ass subjects that you learn in school. Algebra. Unless you're going to school for science, what the hell I need to learn algebra and trigonometry and shit for?
It's not a well-rounded student experience.
No. Teach that kid how to write a check. Teach that kid how to balance a book. Teach that kid about taxes. Teach that kid about something soft skills that's going to help him in the world. That bullshit about trig and all that other bullshit.
Yeah, it's like I'm not anti-algebra, I'm not anti-trig, but it's like you're taking them up certain levels without creating that well-rounded person. So, okay, you have an introduction to variables, right? Via algebra, right? As early as maybe 3rd or 4th grade, right? Which everybody needs to understand there's variables in life, and we're always going to be solving for X.
Yes.
It's a very basic principle, right?
Exactly.
That's great, okay, but the next step, how does that actually apply in real life? Right?
Yes.
What else can I teach this person or these students at this level that's going to help them further themselves more than just trying to further them in science specifically?
Yes.
Right? But you have no understanding or capacity on how this science that you're learning applies to real life.
Real life. Because what we just said before, if you decide to go to college, that means that you're going to be spending a lot of money. And a lot of these kids, when they go to college, they don't have a clue how to balance a book. They don't know how to write a
they
check.
really don't even know what they showed up for.
Nope.
Because they don't even have any real life experience.
Nope.
So when you go there and you're studying something, it's not like industry specific, like your grandfather's a scientist, so you're very specific. You really kind of understand what's going on. You came here with the purpose. You kind of want to study this specifically. You just kind of showing up. and you're expecting someone to introduce you to something, and then you hope to find a job in somebody's, corporation that's willing to pay you something so you can live off of.
Yeah.
The whole grooming process doesn't make sense.
No.
I guess it sounds like, right?
It does not make any sense at all. And you see it doesn't work. You can see the shit don't work. These kids come out of high school talking about, I graduated.
I didn't expect for you to say that, but pretty much. You see it doesn't work.
This shit doesn't work.
And then we'll judge the kids who don't go to college, right?
Yeah,
right off the break. You'd be like, so where you going? Oh, he's not going to. And then you'd be like, no. But aren't there some alternative routes? And when you kind of scratch your head, there's not many.
No.
There's really not many that's not going to kind of take advantage of your child.
There you go. And the crazy thing is, the biggest thing is out here now is HVAC and heat.
I mean, but
it's a dirty job.
It is.
But it pays very well.
But to get into
you have HVAC and all that.
And a child coming fresh out of high school, do they understand apprenticeship to journeyman to master?
No, because
do they understand that journey?
The school is not teaching them. So again,
they have
what
no
is the goddamn
clue.
Purpose of the public education we have right now?
Yeah, they're not. It's not priming the students to come out and go into other careers with confidence, right? It's kind of you being hit upside your head by, generally your mom, hopefully your dad, kind of knocking you upside your head saying, hey, if you didn't go to college, you better go get a trade type of thing.
Yep.
The weird part is the trades, you still got to live at home with your mom and dad. Certainly can't afford an apartment at that age because of the cost of apartments. There's no alternative apartments for your, young adult child, because if they didn't earn it, then they probably can't handle that type of independence anyway.
And you know what? You said, and not to cut you off, but that's another thing. Certain people keep thinking that somehow when your kid turns 18 that they can toss them out the house and they should be able to fend for themselves. Like
they should be able to fend.
These kids can't fend for themselves at 18
They didn't teach them, generally. You mad because you didn't teach them how to properly conduct themselves inside your household. So that's why you ready to send them out. Because if at 18, if you had a functioning 18-year-old in your household, to a certain extent, he'd be on his way out. You wouldn't, you'd be begging him to stay. You'd be like, no, Mom, you've made it uncomfortable enough for me.
And that's what happened. We're growing up. When you grew up, it was like, man, I could get the hell up out of here.
Yeah, because I know how to get up out of here.
Because what do you kept hearing?
You can't stay here.
In my house. You got to get your own.
Yeah, and then if you tried it, you got shut down.
Yep.
So if you tried to sneak in, well, technically, you had to sneak in. You ain't just walking in at any old hour.
No.
But if you wanted to come in after hanging out with your friends, doing whatever it is that y'all do, your mother, father, look at you. Who else you coming in at what hour? No, you ain't coming in here at any old hour. So the very idea that today's kids, and I'm going to say kids, I guess adult kids, don't understand what adulting really is.
And we as a society, I'm going to say we, not me personally, but we as a society have made it so hard for kids to just say, let me just leave with my high school diploma and go somewhere and live somewhere and don't have to worry about, I could take care of myself, rather than, damn, they ain't paying no jobs out here. So any kid now that graduates can't simply just go based on working at a McDonald's because your skill set ain't that big.
Yes.
So
because we've gotten so far away from the bottom line.
Yep.
Right? From the dollar bill. And you're right. I guess, well, not even that long ago.
Exactly. Because you could really get out, get a nice apartment.
Yes, fresh out of high school.
Regular
job.
$300-$400 for the rent, and be able to fudge your bill.
$6-7.
Be able to fudge your bill. Be able to have cable.
Yes.
Be able to take care of your food.
Yes.
Maybe have a little car.
Yeah.
Do all that kind of
little
stuff.
Girlfriend might move in.
Boyfriend.
Y'all might have a baby. Okay. Y'all still in this one-bedroom apartment, very affordable. But you could do that.
could have done that.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
you're not earning.
Hell to the no. Because again,
Yeah.
the school has basically passed you right on through, had to take bullshit ass courses that you weren't going to do. And you kind of know, the kid kind of knows, like, I ain't that good in school.
And I don't have a clue on what
the
kids are coming out without a clue.
They don't have a clue. All they know is they're free.
They're free. What
were you? No,
first of all, what was holding you down?
Mama and this bullshit ass school was holding me down. It was holding me down. And
Man.
I got my degree. And what can you do? Not a damn thing.
Yeah.
But now, because of the way the new world society is when it comes to making money, if you have some sort of marketable talent, you can now turn that and make some money off of it. Which goes back to, young ladies. Young men do it too, but mostly the young ladies use OnlyFans to make money. People are like, oh, I can't believe she out there selling her ass or selling her this. She ain't selling anything. She's selling you an illusion, and you buying into it. And let me say, they ain't making billions of dollars. OnlyFans ain't making billions and billions of dollars because nobody's watching them. Somebody's watching them. The same person talking about, I can't believe
their
my
girlfriend on
such
there.
and such. Yeah, but that bama in there putting them good there. Let me see how much I got. Oh shit, my limit. I'm at my limit. Let me go ahead and change this. Put in this credit card. So and that's what they're doing. So and they're mad. I can't believe she's selling her stuff. And she is not selling anything. She is selling you. If she looks fine, if she's beautiful, she's taking advantage of her assets to be able to survive.
So your wife can have a page showing her what?
Well, if she wants to.
Okay.
Again,
she can have showing her toes. She can have a foot for
toes,
all the guys who got the foot fetish.
Out there. This guy, I want to see her toes. And if all she's doing is painting her toes and taking pictures of her toes, and people paying $15 or $20 to see her toes.
Okay, so at what line is it crossing the line with the feet? Like,
hey, the feet cool with me. You can put
there's
them.
Nothing that we can do with the feet that can be like. That's a deal breaker.
You can do anything. You can.
Can we go topless? Can we go topless?
Yeah, to me,
topless. Not
I'm gonna say this.
I'm
gonna say this. If you're okay, let's step back for a second. If she's a 18-year-old young lady and she became with this bullshit ass school system and she doesn't have any marketable skills, but she's fine.
Okay.
And she's saying, you know what? I gotta go because my mama, daddy, whoever's making it uncomfortable for me to be home. I gotta do something. I can't work at McDonald's and make this chump change and have anything. But I know I look good. So if that means I had to go ahead and flash a little something. I ain't doing nothing but just flash a little something. Get that dollar. Next, boom. I can take care of myself. I can buy my own clothes. I ain't gotta ask mom and dad for nothing.
Is it that easy? I don't know.
It takes work.
Familiar.
It takes work.
I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot of money.
No,
you
making it seem like it's real easy. I'm jealous now.
I did simplify a little bit.
Concerned.
It's probably a little bit more work associated with it, but there are young ladies that make a lot of money. This goofy young girl, catch me if you can, or catch me outside. Chick, she was on Dr. Phil.
Okay.
She was, I want to say 15 years old. She had a little spill on Dr. Phil. She turned 18. She got her OnlyFans. That girl made $50 million, I think, last year.
Okay. No, she was a celebrity first, right?
She was infamous.
Had a little.
She was infamous.
Had a little fame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that told me that some dudes waited until she became legal that she put that OnlyFans out. I'm buying that.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So they were waiting. She couldn't do it at 15 because she was underage. But the moment she turned 18 one day.
Oh, they love young, I guess.
Yes,
yeah.
They love young. And they pay, just giving her money. That girl couldn't read or write. That girl was dumb as the back of a shoe. But they gave her. She
created that product and put herself out there, and it worked in her favor.
Yes. So that's the other thing that women can do, and people got a problem with that. I can't believe it. I'm like, first of all, she got to survive. You basically put her out there so she has to survive. So these are decisions that you didn't have. Well, back in the day. So
the man can do the same thing. It's okay.
Of course he can. But the thing is, this guys that would be
You
gay
are
for play.
out of
This guy,
control.
let me tell you, this guys that be gay for play. They're straight guys, and they'll be on OnlyFans because gay guys. Oh my God, he's good. They're not gay, but they do it because they can make money off of it. And do I look down on that? No, because you're in a capitalistic society. You're not out there robbing people.
Okay.
You ain't busting people in the head. You're not doing carjacking. You ain't selling drugs. You ain't.
It's an honest work. You just put out a product, you allowed people to consume it, and it was a fair transaction.
There you go.
Okay.
And that's the way. That's what people have to do that now, because again, as we said, people go to college and they spend all that money and they hope that they're gonna get a good paying job, or people do certain things, making sure they're gonna make money or can make money. And they get let down constantly. So now people are like, I got to work on my own. Because those days of working 30 years, getting a watch and a nice retirement, that shit's done.
Yeah, because by the time you're 30 years in, you're all hurt up and
broke down,
tired, and you don't
worn
want
out.
to do nothing, and everybody done moved away, and
Yes.
life just passed you by as opposed to you enjoying it.
Think
and you
about it.
watch your folks do it or your grandfolks do it, and you're like, I'm not
Wore
doing that.
themselves out. By the time you reach retirement, think about how many people that retired actually last longer than 10 years after retirement. True retirement. I mean, they just stop working. They're going to be home and do what they got to do. Well, they're so broke down.
Yeah.
And now they got medical issues. So now all that eats into the money that you have.
Or you become a professional doctor visitor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and again, we have to reevaluate. Again, that goes back, fades all the way back to being human. The first conversation about Will Smith and being human and making a mistake. We all make mistakes. We all do things we have to do to make ends meet, to do some things. And does that make you a bad person? That makes you human. But in his particular situation, or anybody's situation, if you do something to someone that wasn't right, be a big person, be a human, and say, you know what, I messed up.
Yes.
I truly messed up. I truly apologize, and can you forgive me? Now, it's up to them. But you should be grown enough to say, I made a mistake, I apologize, and, I won't do it again. And for you, the person who apologized, know not to do that again. Take that extra second before you reach out.
Especially when we're talking about adulthood apologies.
Yes.
Right? Meaning you should have learned from the situation that occurred. And when you give that apology, you do actually mean that. Right?
Yes.
So that if I am issuing this apology, it is genuine for us to move forward. Right?
Yes.
Will Smith mentioned the situation being irreparable. Generally speaking, if I issued you an apology, it shouldn't be something. I'm not saying that we want to be friends and hang out and go out to drinks, but eventually give yourself a year or two. We're adults.
Yes.
Let's grow from situations and carry on.
It's not like he shot him.
No,
it's not like he killed anyone.
No, he didn't.
It was a
you can
slap.
come back from certain things are irreparable. We're not killing out here.
No.
No, we're not gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. See, so again, that to me just goes back to, as a people, as humans, we need to get back in touch with who we are. We become so mechanical in things, or thinking that things don't bother us, and you kind of lose empathy, and we have to get back to being empathetic, getting back to caring about how you do things,
how you treat people.
You have to,
because
in the end, when it's all said and done, that's all going to matter. That's all people going to remember you as. That was that person. He was a hard ass, but you were empathetic, and you was fair.
Yeah.
And once we can get back to that, then we'll get out this fearful world in which we live, which society wants to put you in fearful world because it's advantageous to them. So you need to step outside that matrix and say, I choose not to be fearful. I
Yeah.
have to live my life and treat people accordingly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Stop canceling what they say our leaders.
Yes.
Mhm.
People make mistakes all the
Yeah.
time. We all
As soon as the boss makes a mistake, everybody's on it. You saw what the boss did. Absolutely, we all saw what the boss did. But
yes.
that's the person who technically takes care of everybody in the job. But as soon as they fall, everybody's there to kind of laugh about it, talk
Yep.
about it. As opposed to that's realizing that that's a human. Yeah,
Exactly.
so I guess kind of loop that back around. We're not canceling Will.
Nope. Nope.
We're not canceling our leaders.
Nope.
And we're gonna take better care of each other.
Have to.
Uh huh.
That's how we become better people. A little better every day. That's all we could do. And that's all we should shoot for. Be better every single
Yeah,
day.
a little bit
A little
better.
bit better.
Yeah, every
So
day.
every day. Another great conversation. Always a
Absolutely.
pleasure. And you know what? We're gonna do this again. So, peoples, if you like you like what we're talking about, like and subscribe. This is the M.
Auntie.
We out.